Alright, I'm finally getting out. It's been so hot that I haven't been getting out much. I did wake up early and I'd go scouting in Area 1. I got a bunch of footage of just animals, some bulls and some cows and calves and deer and stuff that I'll put together. And then I got a video of a cool museum in Farmington I need to put together. But here's my first time actually getting out and hiking and doing a hiking video. It's just been too hot with no monsoons, but it's been rainy the last couple of days, so maybe it will finally start to cool down and won't be so bad. Won't be in the 90s. But today I'm in area 23. I'm looking at some area up here in 23, looking for some good whitetail area. We'll see what we can find. New Mexico 23. I'm parked right off Pueblo Park Road by this old corral. And we're gonna go across the road over here up into those hills into a couple of flat areas. Kind of below Dangerous Park. Looping, wrong way, buddy. Let's go this way. All right, I'm starting to make some elevation up the hill. That's a blue wilderness in New Mexico. Down the road, because I parked off Pueblo Park Road, is a little campground and a little creek. A couple of years ago when it was super dry, there's still water right there by the road. And I ran into a bunch of whitetail when I parked and went into the blue wilderness right there. Then on the other side of this, we got the highway right there and the power lines. Just this side of the highway. There's a little creek with the water always in it. There's a nice spring that feeds it. I saw a bear there just last week. I went back to catwalk with my family. So 3 years ago when I hit this area real hard, the other side of this canyon there's a flat spot. And I explored that. Today I'm going up there and there's another flat bench area. I've never been up here. If I'm real ambitious, I may go up and come back on that side, but I don't know if I'll get that far. A little out of shape because I haven't been going out as much. I just made it to the top of this little hill. It was about a mile away and about 750 feet. I'm out of shape. It took me a long time. That's across the other highway where that little creek and spring is down in the canyon, right down in there. So I want to go on that on Monday maybe. Up on that little spot right there. Or maybe the flat top of this one right across from me. So far for signs since I've been up here is a lot of elk, a little mule, a little old whitetail, and a little bear. That's all the sign I've seen. Nothing real fresh yet. But now I'm up here on this bench area and we'll see if we can find anything. So I entered this little canyon right here and I crossed it and I saw a lot more whitetail signs, some fresh stuff, and elk sign. There's supposed to be a spring on the other side of this hill. I'll go see if there is one. And I found my first shed. Maybe my only shed. It's right there. I never found a whole lot in here. A few whitetail, a few elk, that's it. Let's go look at it. It's a really old chalk elk shed. But you got kind of a cool little point there. So in this canyon, I was hoping there'd be water, and there is. Lupin found some. I'll go up a little higher. This isn't where the spring starts, and there's water already, which is good. It's been a dry monsoon, but there's still water in it. So there's probably always water in it. So a nice little spring. I bet there's whitetail hanging around here. I don't even know what that thing is. Some sort of worm. It's crazy looking though. I'm gonna have to loop and get out before it gets them. And there's also little bullfrogs, little tadpoles in there. See? Do that worm thing again. Worms, bugs. Oh, there's a big. So you got nice little rock pools of water with little tadpoles or frogs and weird worms, and tarantula wasp landed on my hand and freaked me out. Those suckers hurt when they sting. I don't even know how I'm supposed to get up there, but I'll try. This is up above it, and it's a really, really steep, on both sides, rocky canyon, and there's another little pool. And here's a deeper one. We'll get up on top of this little ridge and see if there's water up there too. Some mama quail. They're kind of mad at looping. There's the game trail leading to the water. Really good game trail. I'm gonna go up it to the ridge and follow the ridge back down to the truck. I don't like walking down canyons. The canyon, there's 2 more springs marked in this canyon down lower, so there could be more water down lower. But I just wanted to check this higher spring where no one else goes, probably. There's a little bit of water right here too. Those deer will go down in the canyon if they need to, but if there's water up above it, they'll go there first. I looked up above it and I didn't see any in the main area. This is a little side canyon. Should have brought a camera to put up. And that would have, I forget, I'm in New Mexico. I could use a camera. That tree right there, water, perfect. But we'll see. And with the monsoons, I think this little pool would fill up pretty quick. Steep, steep, steep canyon. I don't know how I get myself into these situations all the time. I should choose easier ways. But it's really, really steep. Headed on down to the bottom. I should have just stayed on the bottom when I was down there and hiked out. But oh well. I'll make it. I really wish we get some clouds. It's way too hot. We made it to the bottom. It's pretty wide and open. Hopefully it stays that way, but I'm guessing it's going to get narrow and steep and rough. But right now there's a little trail and I can make some good time. I'm only about a mile from the truck. So far there's still a great trail down here along the bottom. And it's cooler down here, so I should have just stayed down here in the first place. But I hardly ever find sheds down here, so I wanted to go on the ridge. But oh well. Here's another little spring in the canyon that's on the map, and it's up here and has a little bit of water again. That's where that trail was going that I was following. Now I may not have a trail. It could be a problem. Not much water though, but some. So I kind of picked up a game trail right along this fence again. This fence will take you right to that first spring. Hopefully this trail will go all the way to the road. So the fence cut and heads, I think that's east. And I'm gonna just follow the wash down. My watch says I'm only under half a mile from the truck, so hopefully this wash won't be too bad. I don't like following washes. They're rough. Sometimes if it's open like this, it's not bad. So right at this cattle guard with the 2 tires is the canyon. And there's cow trails that go right up to that one spring. And maybe, I skipped that part of the canyon. You could walk the canyon all the way up pretty easy to that other spring. And I think it'd be worth putting some cameras on there and just seeing what's there. No one had a camera at either one. Could be some big old bulls or big whitetail hanging around in there. Made it home, out in the pasture. There's just elk everywhere out there, way out there. I don't know if you could see them. But my neighbor texted me the other day and asked me if I was ranching elk because they're all over in my pasture. About 60 of them. So that unit 23, mainly elk sign. In certain areas there was quite a bit of whitetail sign and a little bit of bear sign. Such a dry area. So those 2 little water holes are nice to know that they hold water. The map shows 3, but only the upper 2 had water. And that one highest, that's where I would stick a camera. Maybe I will go do that. I'd be interested to see what's hanging around there. It's a dry area and they're gonna need water. Next week I might drop in from the top and get just above that and see what's up there. But nice little area. But if I was hunting whitetail, I'd probably park at the Pueblo Park campground area. There's always water right there, and on the left, up in the blue wilderness, I run into quite a few whitetail, and that's a nice area too. Up in the blue wilderness, close to that water, those whitetail like to go in and water about 9 o'clock every day. Getting a little rain right now. We haven't had a good storm yet, but I'm glad we're getting some. Hopefully get a little green grass growing. Alright, this is where I went. This is Pueblo Park Road. You could hit the blue road going that way, Glenwood that way, Luna that way. I stopped right about here and walked up this ridge and hit all this nice little easier to walk area up on top. This is that little area I found the shed and saw a lot more signage in this little canyon. Then I crossed down. The upper spring was right up in here, and that had a lot of water in it. Then I crossed and went up here, walked this ridge, and then ended up dropping down into the canyon anyways. And the lower spring was right here, and that had water in it too. And then I just followed this right out to the road. I walked back on the road.